We saw a modest increase in business conditions for Australia's largest firms. But what was perhaps interesting is the widening gap between these large firms and the broader economy. When we look at business confidence, however, we see that the largest firms really mirror the broader economy. What this suggests is that these larger firms are able to implement strategies in a tough environment that allow them to succeed, and these are strategies that these smaller firms can't necessarily implement. First of all, they're trying to maximise their efficiency, really driving through as many savings as they can. Secondly, trade-exposed industries have really benefited strongly from the improving trends in the Australian dollar. And finally, and possibly the largest trend, has been discounting. They're pushing down prices in an effort to drive through volume. We saw some strong improvements in the broad transport, utilities and communications sector, and also manufacturing. Manufacturing's been a sector that's suffered a lot over the past few years, and it's really benefited from moves in the dollar. On the counter side, we've seen that mining has suffered quite significantly over the past year or so, as trends in that industry have really deteriorated. We've seen cost pressures rising more recently. Labour costs, overhead and purchase costs have all been increasing, at the same time that large firms have been pushing down their prices. This is consistent with our view of discounting, that these larger firms are trying to push through volume and build market share. We've seen a few negative signs in some of our key forward indicators. Sales margins, forward orders and stocks have all been declining, and this indicates a pretty tough environment at the present time. In our quarterly business survey, we're seeing that the economy is becoming a little bit more one speed, as most of the industries have been kind of converging. But for the larger firms, it still remains very much a multi-speed environment. Strategies like discounting aren't sustainable in the longer term, and this is particularly the case for smaller businesses who lack the cash reserves to implement this type of strategy. Larger firms are really pushing through this strategy at the present time, but eventually cash flow pressures will become a key problem for them as well.